Losene, I'm Zain Bando with BJPen.com and the MMA Outsiders. How are you?
I'm doing good. Are you?
Good, thank you for asking. I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with me today. Sorry it's been a little bit of a hassle to schedule, but thanks again for joining me. I appreciate it.
Sorry again for the late. I have a issue, so I couldn't come. But thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions related to your last fight and preview your upcoming one and anything else you'd like to really talk about. So this should be probably like a brief, maybe 10 to 15-minute interview, if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Sounds good. So the first question I have for you today is, well, first up, let's talk about your recent announcement. So you obviously have a featherweight title fight coming up. This is a fight that you've wanted for quite some time. Can you kind of talk about Sanikidze, kind of what he brings to the table, and why you've wanted this fight at featherweight?
Yeah, because I also want to be a double champ. Like before, I wanted to be a double champ, and I was the one who beat the double champ. So after this, after that moment, I say I want to be a double champ. I want to, yeah, being double champ in big organization like Octagon meant a lot for me. But like I say, Octagon make a mistake in the beginning, giving the fight to Sanikse. Like he didn't deserve the title. Everybody know I was the one who deserved the title. But I think Octagon do this because they thought I'm leaving. So they didn't even ask me. They gave two other people for the title. But yeah, like now I'm here to claim why it's mine.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Can you kind of expand upon why you think Octagon MMA made a mistake in that regard? Why
Yeah,
do you think
because
why do you think they didn't want you to have the fight first?
yeah, I don't know because I thought Octagon think I'm leaving the promotion. That's why they let because when the title becomes vacant, normally I should be number one on the list. Because I beat the actual champ, and then
Hmm.
you and I cleaned my division. So I was the one to fight for the title, not Salikze and Tikota. So yeah, because they thought I'm leaving, and that's why they make the mistake. I think.
Okay, so now that you have the fight, what are your early expectations going into it, and what are you most looking forward to about fighting a pretty tough opponent, a guy that's probably going to give you your biggest challenge in your young career so far? Can you kind of talk about the fight a little bit?
For me, my expectation is like win every time, like the same, like always, just win. I don't know if you're gonna be my hardest fight or not. I don't know that. You're gonna see about that. Like for me in my head, like every fight I do is my hardest fight. So I don't think it's easy fight for me. It's a very hard fight. Maybe it's gonna be my hardest fight, maybe not. But only thing is sure, I don't have a choice. I'm gonna win. That's for sure.
Excellent. So looking back on your last fight that was only a couple of weeks ago, can you kind of talk about Samuel Bark, kind of what he brought to the table as an opponent, how you were able to finish him early in the third round? Was there anything that surprised you about the fight?
No, not really. Like the game plan went very well. We know Simon Bork is a very strong fighter, physical, strong fighter. He like to clinch because of the Muay Thai, and he have very strong leg kick. So we work a lot on that and things like that. So everything went good. The game plan went well. That's also something like when you listen well to your coach, everything go easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you think that you struggled at any point in the fight at all?
No, not really, not really. Not really. Like when he was clinching, I feel he was very strong, but like it was not like we didn't expect that. Yeah, like we expect that already. So for me, like I say, everything went well. I didn't take no damage. Like I fight him Sunday. The Monday again, I was training. So I didn't have no damage. Everything went well. I get my hands raised. I get the finish. So yeah, I get the bonus. So everything went well.
So, assuming that you're going to win a second belt, is your goal to continue to move up and down in different weight classes, or would you like to win a second belt and move on from the promotion entirely? Have you thought about potentially a game plan for whether or not if you win a second belt, what you want to do after for this upcoming fight in April?
Yeah, for me, I'm a busy guy. I can do two. two weight like before I was fighting at 77. I get about at 77. Now I want to get about also at 70. Now I want to get about at 66. So I'm a busy guy, so I can keep two divisions busy. I can 70 kilo. I already do it already. I already beat everybody that bring me. So 60 kilo, I'm gonna do the same as 70 kilo. Whatever they bring me, I'm here.
Okay, so you want to. So pretty much what you're saying is that you want to stay as active as possible for the rest of the year and moving forward, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So moving on to the next question that I had is how did you get started in MMA, and what were kind of what are your long term goals in this sport? Where do you want to eventually go with this MMA venture?
Like yeah, like I want to make the best life possible because like I don't hide it before I had a big problem, on the street, things like that. And now I'm doing great. So yeah, I want to make my family happy.
Absolutely, that's always very important, and it seems like you're very well on the fast track to doing so. So that's good on you. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration? And why? It can be anyone, a fighter, a family member. It can be anyone.
Yeah, my biggest inspiration will be the man in the mirror. I don't have the biggest inspiration. For me, it's like the man in the mirror, the man who, if I look myself in the mirror, who I want to be. That's my biggest inspiration.
Absolutely. A couple of final questions before I wrap up. Again, thank you very much for your time. One of
No
one
problem.
of them
Pleasure
one
to
of
be
them that
here.
I had is so far. What would you say has been your favorite moment as a part of Octagon MMA? And is there like a dream fight for later on in your career? Is there someone that you really like to say when you look back on your career in 20 or so years? Yeah, I fought that guy and I won. Who would that guy be?
For me, for now, I know they're gonna come big name in my paths. I know that, but for now, for me, it's Ivan Bushinger because all the odds went against me. Everybody thought Ivan Bushinger were like too much experience because this Ivan Bushinger beat like Mansur Bernawi. He fight Ivan Bushinger. He had like more fight more than me. So all the odds was against me, but I came there. I make it look easy. I took the belts. And MMA war was a reacting surprise. For me, for now it's my biggest moment of my career now. But I'm sure they're gonna come a lot of biggest moment of my career.
Absolutely. And then the final question that I have for you is there anything that you'd like to say to your fan base or anything else that you'd like to add that I have not asked you about today?
Not really. You really had a good question. And the only thing I want to say. I just started. For me, it's 10-0. So that means for me it's 0-0. So I want to have that 1-0. So for me, I'm making my pro debut against Sanikidze. I really want to beat this guy. I'm gonna beat this guy. I don't have a choice. And thanks everybody for supporting me. And thank you guys also for the interview. I appreciate it a lot. And that's it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for your time. Good luck in your fight, and I'll be talking to you down the road.
Thank you.
Thanks again for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.